there, I'm Pastor Brian, and it's time for Questions from Kids. Blake from San Francisco, California asks,
I want to be like Jesus, but sometimes it's really hard not to have a bad attitude. Can I really change?
You know, in today's Bible story, we saw that Peter instructed us as believers to live like Jesus. So your question is really a strong one, a really good question. Can we really change, especially when some changes are really hard, like having a bad attitude at times? So can you change? Well, maybe not. But even if you could do something to change your attitude, it probably wouldn't last for long. Those changes are going to just be short term. The reason is because we all continue to like to sin. Sin pulls at our hearts and our minds all the time. And so when we're left to ourselves, we're going to kind of keep drifting back towards sin instead of drifting toward living like Jesus. That's not so great of news, is it? I'm sorry I have to share it with you, but it's the reality that we all experience. But here is the great news, the good news, the gospel. It's not up to us to change ourselves. We can change, but we don't do the changing. God is the one who changes us. He wants us to live differently, and He gives us the power to do that through the Holy Spirit. One of the primary ministries of the Holy Spirit is to change our minds, to change our hearts, so that we want to live more like God and that we do live more like Him. That is good news, isn't it? So can you change your bad attitude? Not ultimately, but God can, and He will. Just let Him work in your life, let Him work in your mind and heart, and see what He will do. So here's a question back for you all. What ways have you seen God change you already? And in what ways do you still need to change to be like Jesus?